Everybody, I thought I would take today, Friday, and introduce you to some real life students at True North. I get asked this question all the time. What does a True North student really look like? So I thought I would share some real live True North students. Now, I've changed the names and some of the details because I don't want to infringe on anybody's privacy, but we have phenomenal students at True North Academy. So super excited to share some of the real success stories that we've had at True North. When we first got started, a family called and their son, who was 16, actually it was the grandma, was so frustrated with school. He was ready to quit school, and I asked a couple questions about what was going on with him. This kid was amazing. He had rebuilt a car from scratch. He hunted and fished and stocked his grandma's freezer, and he did snow removal, not just for his grandma, but around her entire neighborhood. He did so much community service, and he was really a hands-on guy. Now, I did a little digging into his academic history and got his transcripts and stuff, and he had been failing for a couple years. Turns out he had some severe learning challenges that had never been diagnosed or even talked about. He was just passed from grade to grade, and so by the time he was ready to go into his junior year, he was so frustrated, and he really didn't have skills he needed academically to succeed. So we were able to help the grandma find a low-cost evaluation for him at a local university. He got diagnosed and he got some of the academic support that he needed. As a result, with a little bit of tutoring for a year, just 1 year, we were able to give him enough credits for his life skills and community service and stuff like that. He was able to graduate within a year, and then he got a scholarship to go to do what is it called, blacksmithing. And that is one of my favorite stories at True North, because this kid, again, was just such a phenomenal person, and yet because he didn't have the resources he needed, he was really struggling to succeed in a traditional environment. So all we did really was provide some resources, get him some tutoring, and point him in the right direction. And he has taken off to the races. He got his blacksmithing certification, and he's been making phenomenal money. Listen, really, really great money. And that's what we do at True North. And I love that we were part of his story. Want to share about another family. John and his family, they love their Literature Rich program that they do as a family. John's the oldest one in the family, but he's ready to branch out a little bit. He loves doing the reading with his mom and siblings, and he loves all the reading that he gets to do, but he's really ready for some independence. And so he decided with his mom that he wanted to do some self-paced classes at True North, and he bought the bundle. He helped pay for it. So he's able to do those self-paced classes on his own. He's been doing some more of our business classes, and yet he still gets to participate in the family Literature Rich program that they love and are, just do together. I want to introduce another one of our students, Lena. This is one of our super bright students. She started her own. Oh, listen, all of our kids are bright in just unique ways. Lena started her own business in 8th grade, and she's really committed to growing that business. She's been part of True North since she was in junior high, and last year I called them and said, hey, I noticed you hadn't ordered yet. Can I help you choose classes? And the mom just said, she is so sick of school. I don't think I can get her to sign up for anything. It was awful this year, just trying to get her through schoolwork. I'm not even sure how I'm going to get her through her high school program. So I just took a look at the classes that she'd taken with True North, and guess what? She already had 4 high school classes complete, even though she was just getting ready to enter into 9th grade. So I said to the mom, how about if we create a schedule for her where she can literally graduate in 1 to 3 years, where she doesn't have to do another 4 years of high school. We can take the credits that she's already earned, and we can make a customized program just for her that's focused on entrepreneurship and getting her those entrepreneurial skills, getting her a really solid high school transcript, and getting her out of high school so that she can actually run the business and live the life she wants. Okay, listen, she was so excited about this. She got so behind it. She did 10 credits last year as a freshman. 10 high school credits. And I called them this year. They called me and they're like, okay, we're ready. She didn't want to take another 2 years. She wants to graduate at the end of this coming year, which will be her sophomore year. She's going to have 26 credits upon graduation. And her business is continuing to grow. She is completely motivated. Her mom said that she didn't have to prod or poke or coerce her in any way to get lessons done this last year. She was so committed because she knew she was going to be able to finish the program in just a couple of years. And I'm not talking about creating a schlocky high school program. This is a really solid college prep typical course of study, and it is really just based on the student's interest and the academic classes that we already offer. So at the end of her sophomore year, she will graduate with over enough credits, and if she can always go on to college or university if she wants to, or a vocational program or whatever, but her goal right now is to spend her 17 and 18 years not in school, but in building her business and really learning how to do that. Wanted to share another student, June. She and her family are part of an academic university model school locally, but she wanted to take Russian and she wanted to take video editing. So she didn't want to leave the university model program that she was part of, but she did want to take some really unique electives. Well, guess what? She found them at True North. So she's just taking 1 or 2 electives with us at True North, and she's super excited because, again, those create credits for her transcript and all that kind of thing, and she doesn't have to leave the program that she already loves and is fully committed to. Want to share another one of our entrepreneurs at True North. We really love our entrepreneurial kids, and you guys, if you've heard me speak at workshops, you know I am saying all the time our kids need to have entrepreneurial skills. So we really want to support our budding entrepreneurs, and Jessica is one of those. She's a dancer. She's already been teaching for a couple years as a dancer, and she's traveling as a dancer, and she already has a dance studio that she's working wants to create her own dance studio, but her parents and her really value getting a bachelor's degree. She doesn't want to, do all the traveling and all the cool things that she's doing now. Wait till she's 17 or 18 or 19 to graduate from high school and then start a bachelor's degree. So she has started our bachelor's degree program while she's in high school, and guess what? She's going to graduate in just a few years with both a high school diploma and an accredited bachelor's degree. And as you know, True North is fully accredited by Cogni at this point, so she'll have 2 accredited degrees when she graduates. And she's super excited about that because at 18, she'll have experience as a traveling dancer, she'll have experience as a teacher, and she'll have 2 accredited degrees where she can just jump into her own studio and building her own brand and business. And then if she ever wants to go back to graduate school or anything else, she has an accredited degree ready to move on to the next thing. Want to share about Brandon. Brandon has severe dyslexia and has struggled academically, but he's really willing to work hard, and we have a lot of kids like that. And I would say that a lot of students, just in general, I heard once that 30% of the homeschool market, 30% have learning disorders, and I think it's higher than that, but I think the general population actually is higher than that. So I think we all have academic struggles as well as academic giftings, and so it's just something we all have to deal with. And Brandon, one of the things I really admire about Brandon is that he is really willing to work hard. He just needs a path to work. His parents thought college was totally out of the picture for him until they discovered our dual degree program. And so we spent hours talking through the possibilities. He really needed to commit to the program because he was going to help pay for it. And he decided that he would work part-time during the summers to help pay for it. He also has a thriving 3D printing business, as a couple of our students do actually. And even though academics don't come super easily to him, he's had the support and encouragement from both his parents and the True North's teaching staff, and he is literally thriving in this program. Now, I'm not going to say it was 100% smooth sailing because the first semester he was really on the struggle bus. He was having a hard time managing his time and how much attention he needed to pay to detail and stuff like that. But second semester, straight A's. And so he really sorted it out. And again, even though academics don't necessarily come easy to him, to the point where his parents just thought he might never ever go to college, he is going to finish his college degree in 3 years. So he already has more than a full year of college credit done at the end of this year, even though he's been in our dual degree program for 1 year because he transferred in some credits. And so he's able to nurture his 3D printing business, work part-time. He's got practical skills and he has an amazing work ethic. And in just a couple of years, he'll have his college degree. He's ready for whatever the future might bring. Super, super proud of Brandon. He really pushed through this struggle. He didn't let this struggle defeat or define him. He pushed through it, and now he is on track to graduate at 18 with both an accredited high school diploma and an accredited bachelor's degree. That is such a big win. Want to share about another one of our students. Laura has hopes for going to an Ivy League medical school. Our science program and our English program, both exceptionally strong programs. We've put a lot of thought and time and intention into our programs, how to make them really work. We have exceptional instructors for both science and English at True North. And so she has such a strong academic profile from taking classes at True North. She's been selected for several really selective summer camps and internships at the Ivy League college of her choice. Now, these summer camps you actually have to apply to. You don't just get accepted into. So really proud of her for getting into those programs. And it looks really good for her to apply as a full-time student, full-time freshman college student. Not only is she going to graduate from True North with an accredited high school diploma, with teachers who really have supported and encouraged her academic success, but she's leaving with some stellar recommendations from True North teachers who are super excited about helping her get to the next level. And how great is that? She's got all these lab classes under her belt and solid academic recommendations for someone outside of her family. Want to share about Jacob. He has plans to go into the military and law. And so Adam Pruzan's classes, Strategy, War and Peace, Politics, Philosophy, and Economics. Of course, Angie Farrell's American History Through Film. Now we have Jeanette Whitaker's Foundations of American History. All of our history classes are so rock solid. And Beth Purcell is doing world history. These classes are going to set your kids up for success. If they have any interest in the military, in intelligence, or in law, even in the pastorate, honestly, I would really take a hard look at our history classes, particularly Adam Pruzan's, because he's a former naval officer. He's worked at very high levels of public policy. He gets the world stage in a very unique way. He's been on CNN and been in the White House, and he's a consultant for some high-level thinkers. And so he's the kind of person, if your kids want to go into the military or intelligence or any of that kind of vibe, Adam is such a great person to help them get some basic training. Now, both of my younger kids said that Adam Pruzan has been their very favorite teacher, which I'm not going to be offended about because Adam Pruzan is one of my favorite people. And so I will let that one go and let him be their favorite. But they both said his classes really changed their lives in how they think. And so that's one of the great things about our teachers is they're not just teaching this subject matter, they're teaching life skills, they're teaching soft skills, they're teaching critical thinking and creativity and communication skills for life. So if you have anybody like Jacob who really wants to go into the military, Adam Pruzan is going to prepare your kids very well because they're going to get a great picture of law and politics, but also how to write. Now, I've said this all the time. Good writing is good thinking. And if you can write well and think well, then you can problem solve well. And so it's a great setup for the next thing. I just want to share with you whether you are wanting to take self-paced classes, part-time classes with True North, full-time classes, or dual degree classes, there's a place for you at True North. Our students come from around the United States, Canada, Mexico, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. We've been an international community since 2018, and not only our student body, but our teachers are from around the world. So we have teachers across the United States, as well as Mexico, Italy, and Israel, and that is something that we are so thrilled to offer, not just an international student body, but an international teaching cohort, because our kids are going to live and work in a global gig economy. And so our teachers are coming from that place, and so is our student body. The kids get to meet each other in our live online classrooms, and they understand that the weather is different, the politics are different, everything's different around the world. It gives them such a broader picture of really who they will be as a global citizen. We're an international community that not only prepares kids academically, but for their life. And that is one thing that we love being able to offer our families is that we know that you can get a solid academic program in so many places. Now, there are some bad academics out there, so find the good ones. True North is definitely in that camp. And yes, you can get solid academics in so many places. What we're offering you is academics plus life skills and soft skills. We really want to prepare your kids well. We want to be a big part of what they're doing and how to get them there. True North really is your trusted academic partner. We serve academics up so that your family and your student can totally succeed. That is one of the things we love to do more than anything. If you have any questions or need to speak to an academic advisor, just go to the True North Homeschool Academy. There's an advising tab on the top of the website. Click that and you can schedule a free academic advising session. Also want to alert you to the fact that on the website at True North Homeschool Academy, you can take a tour of our learning management system. And if you don't realize this, we have a virtual campus. It's not just an assignment and grading center. It is a very robust virtual campus, and we've invested a lot of time and money into that program for your students and for your family, because we want to use tech in new and innovative ways. Now, during COVID, during 2020, what happened is everybody just picked up what they were doing in person and plopped it online. And you saw a lot of misery in the academic world because of that. That was a just natural result because nobody really understood how innovative tech can be for education. That's one of the things we've really gone after at True North. It's one of our standout factors is that we're using technology in new and innovative ways so that your student can be really super prepared for this global gig economy and the fourth industrial revolution. So you'll find things like breakout rooms, Shark Tank challenges. We have a deaf interpreter come to the ASL class. Dana Hanley has coordinated with a German class in Germany learning English, and they get together with our German students in America and collaborate and talk. We have so many experiences available. We do digital escape rooms and challenges, again, using tech in innovative ways so that your student can really succeed in this fourth industrial revolution as they get ready to launch as a global person. I want to let you know several of our classes have closed already. We just put out an email about several classes that are getting ready to close or almost full. We have been able to open up some second sections of other classes. So I think at this point we can handle pretty much any academic class that you're looking for. But again, if you have any questions about what would be a good typical course of study for your student, or they have unique areas of interest that you really want to support, which I totally encourage, go to True North Homeschool Academy, click on the advising tab, and get that 15-minute free academic advising session with Tamara Poole. If you want a full hour, we're absolutely happy to do that for you too. If you have any questions about what we're offering at True North or how you might fit into our amazing community, there is a place for you. Give us a call or send us an email. Both the email and phone number are on the website, and you can always start a chat with us over at True North Homeschool Academy or leave a comment below. We'll talk to you soon.